Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Halo Wars video. I'm Will from JGJW Games. Today I'm going to be bringing you the age-old question of whether or not power turret tanks are better than Grizzlies. Now you can go on YouTube and you can search and you can find videos showing just straight up power turret versus Grizzlies. But I wanted to address a more specific issue, which is whether or not veteranized power turret tanks can beat veteranized Grizzlies. For those of you who don't know, a Grizzly can get up to 14 stars, whereas a power turret can only get up to 13. So I've got speed kills here with me. We're going to be playing on release and trying to figure out and solve this age-old mystery. So as we start up the game, I'm going to skip ahead. As you can see here, I've already got, this is one power turret tank. What we're going to run first is one 13-star power turret versus one 14-star Grizzly. So Garrett's got his in the fog of war, and in a moment here, I'm going to move mine up.
You got it.
There we go. And there's his. Now, before anybody says anything, I do realize that's a 13-star power turret, or a 13-star Grizzly, and I did point that out to Garrett. But I also wanted to leave this in the video to just show you how it stacks up. When they have the same number of stars, you can see how badly the Grizzly was doing there. It was almost at half health, and I've barely been touched. So now Garrett's going to come back with a 14-star Grizzly. There it is. And for the first test, we're just going to sit here and shoot at each other. No moving, no micro, as it should be called. He and I are just going to sit here and shoot. So right now, they're kind of keeping up with one another. It looked like at first the power turret might have been a little bit ahead, but now it looks like the Grizzly's taking the lead. So I guess what you can draw from that is that the power turret's cannies seem to be a little bit more effective against the Grizzly than vice versa. But the Grizzly's regular shells and turret seem to be a little bit more effective against the power turret. And at this point, you can tell power turret has pretty much lost this fight. It's about to die. The Grizzly still has a little bit to go, so I'm going to bring it back and heal it. Get ready for the next test. In this test, we're going to have one. We're gonna have the same test, the same 13-star power turret versus 14-star Grizzly, but we're going to micro. And this means we're just going to move them around, kind of spontaneous, as though we were actually microing to avoid or to get around something. We're kind of just moving them around just to see how they stack up. So it's kind of hard to tell, but at this point it looks about the same. The Grizzly kind of took the lead at about the same point. We're coming down, we're getting close to the wire here. We both got our cannies back. I used my canny. Garrett hasn't used his. Where is it? There it is. We're still... Oh, it's close. It's tough to tell. I can tell you in advance, however, I end up, before long here, I'm going to end up pulling my power turret back out. I think Garrett kills it on the way out, because why not? Didn't take any time to get or anything. So I'm pulling away, Garrett destroys it, so there you have it for sure. Now his is damn near dead. Far better than if you remember the first time. So now I'm going to bring in, for the next test, we're going to do two 13-star power turret versus two 14-star Grizzlies. Rolling up here, there he is. So fire off the cannies. And we start rolling around doing the same little dance. What you're going to start to see here is, and this is also shown in the other videos, but not so much with veteranized tanks. The more you have, the more power turrets you have against the same number of Grizzlies, the more likely you are to win. Now, yeah, and again, against these same numbers, you can see I've already destroyed one of his tanks. Now, granted, I have one in a pretty nasty red bar. I still won. For the last one, we're going to do 3 versus 3. Roll up here. Everybody fires off their cannies. Now, you see how ineffective the Grizzlies cannies were compared to the power turret. I've got one of his almost dead, and mine has just reached red bar. And there we go, one of them destroyed. Mine's in red bar. Mine's in a pretty bad place right now. For some reason, my tanks want to attack the Spartan. Whatever. So I lose one tank, but he's lost one as well. And my other tanks have had time to pick apart one of his in the meantime. I get my Spartan out of there. One of his tanks is now red bar. Mine are still both green. I'm about to destroy one in a minute. There we go. Now it's 2-on-1. So you can clearly see, I mean, you know, the first two runs 1-on-1, the Grizzly did win. But good lord, when you have the same number and it's more than one, the power turrets actually have a great advantage despite the Grizzly having one extra star. So there we go. I lose one of my last two. He's red bar, he's deep red bar, and I am deep green. And so we're just going to circle this out. We finish off our little fight here. In a moment here, I'll finally destroy his tank. There we go. So, as you can see, I guess in conclusion, you could say that one fully veteranized power turret tank against one fully veteranized Grizzly will give the Grizzly the advantage. But if it's any more than that, the power turrets have the advantage. And of course, in any fight, you're going to have other factors playing into it. It's not just going to be power turret tanks versus Grizzly tanks. There will be other things going on. But, you know, you at least know off the start of a fight who has the advantage. So I guess in short, just don't research Grizzlies. Power turret tanks will usually, if not always, win. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you checking it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And yeah, y'all have a good one.